I'll go over things they said. I'm going to do an interpretation of the day, which I haven't done, and an emotional, their emotional state. So their emotional state today, and for the last few days, has been sort of when it's like they've been exposed, and it's beginning to get to them that they've been exposed, because this was supposed to be about me, not about them, but it really is about them. So when they're talking and they're trying to twist things, it's harder for them to twist, because once you hear what I'm saying in the video, you know it didn't happen the way they said it did. They keep going over, and this is what I have to say, I keep forgetting to tell you guys. They keep going over the alleged incident on the bus where they claim I said I was going to cut someone's hair. I'm going to link that video in the description so that you can hear it. First of all, I already said it really didn't happen that way. They admit it didn't happen that way. And this would have been probably in 1988. I'm guessing about 1988. So at the same time, everybody knew me. Again, I don't think that it's not absorbing it. The process of absorbing this information isn't happening the way they wanted it to happen. I think as they realized that they lied about these things, and that on the bus, the mother and the daughter were right in front of us. If you guys have ever been to New York, we used to have buses similar to the buses we have now. So the buses didn't change too much from 1988 to now. Before, we had the bench style buses, but in about 1988, we had the ones where you're sitting right in front of someone. And you can actually hear everything. You can actually hear people right over you, because here's your back and here's the next seat. So if you've been to New York, you know that I could not have said seriously that I was going to cut someone's hair. And the person doesn't react, doesn't move her hair, nothing happens. So you already know it was all a setup. It wasn't a big deal. I already will link the description in the video. They wanted to make it into a big deal. And what happened is that they realized that could not have happened that way. So without going over that story again, I'll just link the video, but you already know it was not that way. It's not even a story. The other big deal about that is they admit I was not, they said, laying up with some man when I was 15. If I had been, they would have known. And the truth is, even at the time, the person telling this story said she told this to this group that makes these videos, and it always happens after the fact. And that even she's saying, what you just said, that's not in the video, meaning they made some sort of video of it. I don't know how, but that's not in the video. So it's not true. So what they did was create videos based on stories I told people. They also said that when I moved here, I would go on the phone with someone who worked with them to make these videos, and they recorded it. But that person went with me. I was going to take my mother to England in 2000. The person asked, could she come with us? That means there is nothing there about the situation. That's my point. They can't seem to understand that people in the time, in the moment, show you who they are, and there wasn't an issue. Why is there an issue in 2024? They said 24 years later, meaning it wasn't an issue. I didn't invite that person to go with me and my mom. She was like, oh, could I come with you guys? That's my point. Like, these are the things that they're not talking about. So what I want to do is say these things out loud so that everyone hears the same thing. They say one little thing, then they run to another one, say another thing. So they accuse me of doing that in high school. That's not true. And this is something they even said. They said, I'm going to slide this over a little bit, cover this so you can hear. Do you guys hear that? They're going to cut me off. I'll do another video. They said that this shows every mother should ask their children about their day. Absolutely. Absolutely. If I hadn't been talking all along in my life, and they said they thought they trained me not to talk, the opposite. They trained me to talk. Talk to my boyfriends, talk to my friends, talk to my classmates, just keep talking.